Hi. Sorry, no update yesterday. I got busy. I did manage to get the entire yard and garden put away and ready for winter. And I'm just so proud of myself. I felt like very overwhelmed. And felt like my first big thing post divorce. I would do most of it by myself, and he would help me for the last 5, maybe 10%. Um, of course, Ethel wants in right now. Um, so it really wasn't too much different, and I felt like I did put a little more effort and stuff into it. And yeah, I got it all done, and I'm just so happy. It looks so great out there. I'm just so proud of myself for doing it. Um, So then last night I actually slept really good for once. And then I had a couple of weird dreams. And in one of them, I dreamt that I was getting an aura and getting a migraine. And yeah, I got a migraine in my sleep. And I felt pretty cruddy all day. My head hurts currently. I did take some Excedrin PM. And I have my little this is like an Excedrin melatonin migraine drink. I don't think they make these anymore, but I really liked them. There's a night one and then one for the day that has like some caffeine, and it has like I think some vitamins and stuff in it as like migraine recovery. Um, so I took that because usually migraines I can't sleep, and yeah, my head has just been hurting all day. So this morning he emailed me saying he'd come pick up some of his stuff today, but if I wanted the love seat gone, he'd have to stop by this morning because I think he had to do a dump run. I'm like, oh, he's offering to actually take it. I'm like, yeah, no, that's great. Come by this morning. That works out good. So he came over, and I go out there. I'm like, oh, do you want help loading stuff up? And he's like kind of limping because he said he hurt his foot. And he's like, no. I'm like, okay. So I stand out there and I'm watching him, and then as he's getting ready to load up the love seat, I'm like, are you sure you don't want help loading it up? No, I'm fine. Okay. So we loaded up a few more things, and then he went over to the truck, and I thought he was like loading something up, and then he just got in and drove away. Okay, I guess you're done. And I had put the dogs outside so he could see them easily. Because, we have a short fence so they can jump over and, jump up on it and look over at them. But he didn't go over. He, didn't even look at them. And in the emails I had said, oh, if you want to hang out with the dogs, we can, put a chair in the back and you can sit down, thinking that, I just put everything away. And he said he hurt his foot, so it'd probably be easier for him to sit down and, hang out with the dogs for a little bit. And then, but no, none of that happened. So then a couple hours later, I got a phone call from him, and he cussed me out for taking him off of the Costco membership because it's my Costco membership, and we don't live together, and we're divorced. And I took him off a few weeks ago when he was making all sorts of little threats and taking stuff, and just I'm like, well, I'm not gonna have you on my Costco membership. So I took him off, and yeah, cussed me out and then hung up. And then I got an email from him this afternoon saying things like how cruel it was to have the dogs in the backyard so then he couldn't see them, and saying he could sit in a chair in the backyard under my watchful eye and blah, blah. I'm like, well, that's not how I meant it at all. So I sent it to my brother. He's like, well, does he know that? I'm like, should I even bother trying to explain it? He's like, it might be worth it. Who knows? So I sent him an email saying, that is not what I intended. And, explained to him what I just explained to you, that it was so he could see him. I thought it'd be easier because he hurt his foot. And I added, I have never talked to you the way you talked to me today. You are angry at the situation that you have created, and I have tried and tried to work with you. Let me know what days you're available to come get the rest of your things, and I'll make arrangements. And then his response was I have made this the worst possible situation. Just a minute, Ethel. I am the worst person he has ever met. He's just gonna forget that he ever had the dogs, because I have to have control over everything and just all this stuff. And I'm like, I literally tried to get you to commit to something with the dogs, and you said no. And we talked about what it would be like then with the dog, and he was totally like, yep, that's fair, that sounds good to me. And he's saying I lied, and just, yeah, he's just angry. And so when I got the email, and him saying I'm the worst person he's ever met, and blah blah, and I literally just laughed. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So then I sent it to my brother and copied it to my niece. I'm like, look at this. This is, and I think they were worried that I was taking it to heart. I'm like, I am apparently unfazed by him now. Like, so there's growth for me. Before, that would just tear me up, and I would feel sick and just be so upset. And just a minute, I'm really just not that affected by it, which is shocking, because the first time that happened was a week ago when I was unaffected by it. Yeah, so it's great to see that kind of growth in me. So that's where we're at with that. I mean, I knew sending anything it wasn't going to do anything. I knew it, but I just tried. Because I did not mean anything bad by what I did. I thought I was making it easier for him. But I mean, at this point, I think no matter what I do, it's going to be wrong and it's going to upset him. I'm like, you literally wanted a divorce. This is all happening because it's what you wanted. So then I did, I've talked to HR about him in case he goes to complain. And then I went down to the gas station / casino that we would always go to. And, I had like some money in my account. I'm like, oh, I can go see what I have in my account. And I wanted to tell them, like, hey, if he comes in and like tries asking about me or something, can like no one say anything? And I told him, and thankfully the manager was there and I was able to talk to him, and I just kind of, he wanted a divorce, we got divorced, and it's not going very well. And they were so nice, and they were like, I'm so sorry you're going through that, having to deal with that. So, but I did have a little money in my account, so I did play for a little bit. So that was nice, just to, get out and do something like that. And he's like, I sent out a group text to everyone, so everyone's on the same page. And he's like, he said again, I'm so sorry that you're having to go through this. I'm like, thank you so much. Thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry. And so, yeah, it just bothered me. And it sucks that I feel like I can't go do anything. Like, because even when I was shopping this weekend with my niece, I'm like, well, what if I see him somewhere? Then what happens? And then he's going to be like, well, why are you shopping? It's like, I haven't been shopping in a month, and I need to get cat litter. And, like, I did get a couple things for Thanksgiving. And, yeah. So, everyone's like, he's not going to stay here that long. He's going to be back with his parents. We'll see. But, yeah, so that's where we're at. So I had a good week of no communication. Yeah. Some good personal growth. Oh, and I did buy, this is probably going to sound silly. I bought, a little like notebook, like a journal. It's just like a notebook. Because I wanted to start kind of like a goal journal. And I looked at Walmart, and then we went to Target, because I'm like, oh, Target has some cute ones. And I have one that I've been using now, because I write down every night when I'm in bed. I write down like 3 things that make me, that like that day I either found like beautiful, or that made me happy, or that I love and appreciate. Just so like 3 things that in some way like mattered to me that day. And that one, I think, it has a cute little saying. It has the like pretty fall trees, and it says like trust your journey or trust the journey, something like that. So then I got another one at Target, and it says like you are worthy of new beginnings. And it just like I'm like, that's it. Good. Because at the start of this, I'm like, this is it. There's no future for me. There's no hope for me. There's nothing. So to have that, like, I am worthy of new beginnings, of starting over, and yeah. So I haven't done anything with it yet, but I am excited, and it already just feels so meaningful to me. So yeah, but there's goals of social life, health and fitness, just things like that. Like even little things like getting off my phone more, or less phone time, however you want to say it, because I have been on my phone a lot lately. I've been really bad over the past week of taking the dogs for walks, since we got charged by that dog, but I did get my new stuff. But then yesterday I was working in the yard, and yeah. So then today with a migraine, feeling awful. So yeah, there's my update. Sure feels like a lot. I kind of, with how his first emails were, I kind of had hope that it would be okay. But when he first got out of the truck and started walking into the garage, I'm like, nope. At first, I'm like, it seemed kind of like mopey, and then I'm like, this is like mopey angry. I'm like, and he's so angry. And I'm like, what? And I said this to my brother, he was fine, I think, until he realized that the paperwork is enforceable, and he can't just say whatever he wants and get whatever he wants. Like it's a done deal. You can't just change it now because you feel differently. And that, and that kind of gives me some form of power with this to be like, no, actually you can't do these things. I think that's really been a problem. Because I noticed today, even when he was putting the love seat in his truck, I'm like, oh God, if he slips and that like breaks his back window, he's going to be mad at me and it's going to be my fault. And I'm like, but that's ridiculous because it's not my fault. I offered to help him, and if it would have done that and that window would have broke, like, it's not my fault. So there's a lot of like if something bad happens, like I automatically think, oh, I'm going to get the blame for it. So there's lots of things. And thank God I have therapy to help me work through this, because it was a lot of things, that I thought were normal. But it wasn't really normal. And he definitely made me feel like everything wrong was my fault. I was the problem. And I know I had issues. I have issues. But it wasn't all my fault. And in July, when this all started, nope, that is not how I thought. It was 100% my fault. I was the problem. So, for any of you that are going through something similar, like, you're not the problem. I mean, there's issues, but it's not all you. And I did realize today, like, one of the things that bothers me is that I didn't leave first. And I need to try to remember to talk with my therapist about this tomorrow, because, like, I feel shame that he's the one that called it off and I didn't. So, yeah, so just lots going on. But like always, I really, really appreciate any of you that are here and watching this, and the support and the advice and just everything. It means so much to me. I will hopefully remember to do a check-in tomorrow after therapy and let you know how that goes. And if I hear anything else from him, because I mean, the divorce is finalized. This shouldn't be going on still. Um, so, okay, I will talk to you all tomorrow, and I gotta go get those dogs. Thank you for being here. Love you. Bye.